Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda, and this is the final episode that I have for you this morning, unless pops up some breaking news or something, but here you go. There's 4 articles in this episode for you, and the URLs are in the description of this video for your convenience. The first one here, this is off of colddeadhands.us, and it says the Senate, the filibuster, and gun rights. For gun rights advocates, no issue facing the new president is more important than the Supreme Court. There's an open seat. The Senate wisely refused to allow Obama to appoint his choice that close to an election, so now it's Trump's turn. Senate Democrats, led by the New York Senator Charles Schumer, have vowed to oppose any SCOTUS nominee who is, and by out of the mainstream, he means isn't to the left of Saul Alinsky. The filibuster is the one he and his gang can use to top a Trump appointee, and they will. They are good at this kind of stuff, and the media always seems to develop selective amnesia about how awful obstructionism is when it's the Democrats putting up the roadblocks. So, do Senate Republicans step up and repeal the filibuster or not? And if they repeal it for SCOTUS nominees, what about repealing it for Senate business? Let's start with SCOTUS. Frankly, if the Democrats do as promised and obstruct, then my view is to have at it. Toss the filibuster on the trash heap of history. Trump would be able to populate the Supreme Court with originalist jurists who would naturally favor gun rights. California's ridiculous bans on certain features and standard capacity magazines could well be declared unconstitutional. Certain people, I won't mention by name, could go dig up all those 30-round mags buried in the backyard. But wait, eventually the Democrats will win the White House again, theoretically. Deprived of the filibuster, the Republicans won't be able to stop whatever anti-gun nightmare SCOTUS nominee the Democrat President Elizabeth Warren drags out of the leftist swamp of the lower courts. True, but irrelevant. Other than delaying the vote on the Merrick Garland long enough to get past the 2016 election, Republicans have never once effectively opposed a liberal SCOTUS nominee. Look at the way Kagan and Schottmeyer sailed through their confirmation hearings. So will a hypothetical future Republican Senate use the filibuster to effectively stop President Chelsea Clinton pick for the court? I wouldn't put any serious money on it. If the situation is reversed, we know the Democrats will only be too happy to throw whatever monkey wrenches they can into the nomination process. History proves this, from Robert Bork to George W. lower court nominees, which gave us the Gang of 8. The Democrats can get away with this sort of obstruction because they own the media. When there was talk of the nuclear option during the Bush days, it was a scandal on par with Watergate. When Harry Reid actually exercised the nuclear option for lower court and cabinet picks, the media instantly forgot what a threat to democracy such a thing was. If the filibuster still stands when Democrats control the White House and Senate, somehow Republicans do scrape up the guts to oppose a liberal president's picks, how long do you think that filibuster is going to survive? Snowflake and blowtorch, exactly. The Democrats will dismember the filibuster and dissolve the pieces in acid until all that's left is a dim memory and a stain in the bathtub. This is hard reality. The SCOTUS filibuster is already dead man walking, so why wait? If the Democrats play hardball on SCOTUS nominees, then let's give it a dignified death now and packing the Supreme Court with men and women who actually understand that the supreme law of the land is carved in stone and not some living and breathing ball of mush they can shape into their will, at least not without the high hurdle of a constitutional amendment. What about the filibuster for legislation? Again, the potential benefits are huge. The only thing that's going to stop national reciprocity and the Hearing Protection Act will be the Senate Democrats filibustering. Then again, there is the same downside. Now, and when the Dems control the Senate once again, it's lights out for gun rights. Assault weapons ban, waiting periods, universal background checks, no fly, no buy, mag caps, armor piercing, and hollow point bullets, one gun a month. Hell, even registration could pass by a simple majority vote in the Senate. We only have the House and hopefully a pro 2A SCOTUS to stop them, which is a thin rope to hang your gun rights on. So maybe it makes sense to keep the filibuster in place for legislation, right? As with SCOTUS nominees, the horse has already left the barn, and all repealing the filibuster does is lock the door behind it. The second Democrat power in the Senate, you can be sure the first thing they'll do is drop the filibuster faster than a radioactive copy of The Road to Serfdom. So desperate to roll back whatever damage Trump does to their utopian vision that they will not let the filibuster stop them. Political history, going back to Reagan, shows Democrats will use every trick in the book and even make up new ones to push their agenda with Republicans, always playing the lame duck or the lame game of catch up. The final argument against repealing the filibuster for SCOTUS nominees and legislation is that it would create such a firestorm of criticism that Republicans will lose control of Senate for all time. Don't drink that Kool-Aid. The filibuster is not the number one priority for most people. Not having a job and Mexican heroin killing their kids are a little further up the list. History is a great teacher. When Ted Cruz shut down the Senate, we were told by the media and by Democrats, hell, even by other Republicans, of the lasting damage this would do to the party. Then the 2014 midterm happened, when Mitch McConnell, no doubt after chewing down a month's worth of Viagra, refused to move forward with the Merrick Garland appointment. This was the end of the Republicans in the Senate. Well, guess who still has the majority? And 2018 is looking pretty choice for picking up a few seats if they don't mess it up too bad. So I say screw it. Dump the filibuster. It's in its entirety and get to work ramming through the legislation that will not only help gun owners but help the country. The filibuster's days are numbered, so why let the Democrats have first crack at filibuster-free Senate? We need to get as much done as possible in the next 4 to 8 years as a firewall against future leftist regimes, because this literally may be our last stand. That I have for you is off of westernjournalism.com. And I'm waiting for the hamster to catch up here. Here we go. Department store chains drop Ivanka Trump's clothing and accessories. Nordstrom and Neiman Marcus are no longer stocking Ivanka Trump's clothing and accessories. Nordstrom has carried items by President Donald Trump's daughter since 2011, though the brand has come under siege from campaigns such as Grab Your Wallet that have called for shoppers to boycott retailers that carry Trump goods. The company said it has controlled the poor performance for the Ivanka Trump brand to the point where it has decided to phase out items both online and in stores. Marcus, jewelry from Ivanka Trump line, is no longer featured on the store's website. A sales associate at the Garden State Plaza location in Paramus, New Jersey, confirmed the jewelry has been pulled from its store, though it has yet though it is as yet unconfirmed that the jewelry is missing from all stores. The representative said the company normally rotates about 10% of its stock each year to refresh it, dropping underperforming clothing lines. We make buying decisions based on performance, a Nordstrom spokeswoman told Fortune in an emailed statement. In this case, based on the brand's performance, we've decided not to buy it for this season. And get the hamster to catch up. Statement, Nordstrom did not indicate whether the decision to phase out Ivanka Trump's brand is permanent, saying we make buying decisions season by season. It still lists a few heavily discounted items for sale on its site. I'm absolutely thrilled. The vast majority of Grab Your Wallet participants will be as well, said Shannon Coulter, a co-founder of the movement. Decision not to stock the Ivanka Trump line has pleased rebel campaigns. Company co-president Pete Nordstrom conceded the decision will inevitably leave some angered. This is a sharply divisive subject, he said. No matter what we do, we're going to end up disappointing some of our customers. Every single brand we offer is evaluated on their results. If people don't buy it, we won't sell it. The company responded to a shopper's open letter on Twitter calling for Nordstrom to stop selling the brand. The company maintained that it did not intend to take a political stance with its decision. We hope that offering a vendor's product isn't misunderstood as us taking political position. We're not, the company said at the time. We recognize our customers can make choices about what they want to purchase, personal views, and we continue to give them options. Under fire after wearing a gold and diamond bracelet valued at nearly $11,000 during an appearance on CBS's 60 Minutes. Some considered her wardrobe was not simply a stylistic choice, but was designed to promote the Ivanka Trump brand. Conflict of interest came after the company sent an email to fashion writers promoting the bracelet, mentioning its appearance on 60 Minutes and showing a photo from the interview. In a statement to CBS News, Ivanka Trump's company said a well-intentioned employee had sent out an alert, but reiterated that the brand was still making adjustments and was discussing new policies and procedures as family members managed the transition from the private business sector to the public service. Before her father took office last month, Ivanka Trump announced she was taking a formal leave of absence from the Trump Organization and my eponymous apparel and accessories brand. I will no longer be involved with the management or operations of either company, she says. The next one we have is off of Early Bird Pager, Blue Bag Media, which is a fairly local to me publication. And it says, what you post on social media can bite you. This article is from Markham, Ohio, and it's my old stomping ground, so it kind of hit close to home, but it's true for like everybody everywhere, so I thought I would bring this to the table. It says a community has gone crazy over a Facebook post, and Leslie Sutter, co-owner of the Old Arcana, says a joke that went horribly wrong. Earlier this week, Jeffrey Biesecker, also a co-owner of the restaurant, published a post on his personal page that stated the Old Arcana will be closed Monday, February the 20th in honor of Not My President's Day. We will reopen the following day, February the 21st, for normal business hours. The post was linked to the Not My President's Day rally planned for New York City on February the 20th. At first glance, the post sounds like the business is closing especially for the fabricated holiday. In reality, the Old Arcana is always closed on Monday. Sutter said it wasn't until Wednesday evening that she knew the business had an issue. She was sitting at home and received a private message from someone who lives on the other side of the world questioning what was going on. She admits Biesecker had strong political views, and she had discussed with him the danger of using social media to express those views. The person who found his post and posted them on their Facebook page was not a friend on Biesecker's page. She explained his site is dedicated to his personal life, and he very seldom mentions the restaurant. The site where screenshots of the post were shared is a page dedicated to criminal activity, and it blew up from there, said Sutter. The President's Day was not the only post from Biesecker that was causing a stir. Another post threatened harm to the president if he signed an executive order allowing anti-LGBTQ discrimination. The comment was made out of frustration and was not a legitimate threat. She believes people are taking something from single Facebook post and intentionally trying to damage the business. It was a stupid mistake, she said. Sherry Lynn Crabtree, an administrator for Busted in Dark County, where the screenshots were shared, explained her site was not the first to share the post. However, she said, if he feels so strongly about his views, own them. If he was joking, as they claimed, then make it a formal apology to the community. But don't lie about it, because now you're showing lack of credibility, she continued. I would suggest they keep their political views away from their business. As with any business owner, you want business, not push it away. Nothing is private on social media, and what you post is free for anyone to copy anywhere they want, while couching their opinion about it. She concluded, it's okay to be opinionated, but keep in mind, not everyone will share your opinion. Many of the comments where the posts were shared have been threatening not only the business, but also the business owners. One of those comments suggested the Old Arcana will refuse to serve President Donald Trump supporters. That is just not true, she said. In the county that overwhelmingly supported Trump for president, the locally owned and operated business would be alienating a majority of its customers. Most concerned is the threats she's receiving. Those threats have been directed toward her, and she has not said anything political. Some of the threats have even included violence. One threat in particular suggested someone would be coming to smash the business's front windows. Other threats have suggested physical harm. Sutter believes with the current political climate on both sides of the aisle, anything is possible. It shouldn't happen, she said. It's dangerous to put someone's livelihood at risk. It's something we would never do intentionally. She concluded, Jeff learned a valuable lesson. He learned that what you post can bite you. So I'm putting that out there for everybody to soak up. What the stuff that you post on social media can bite you. Be careful what you post. And same thing goes with chat rooms, because people know how to take screenshots and save all that stuff. Be careful what you say. Another one here says, this is off Conservative Tribune. It says, brutal drug-resistant infection lands in Los Angeles. As the liberal outrage over President Donald Trump's temporary ban on immigrants from some countries continues, one of the devastating effects of allowing unvetted immigrants across borders appeared in one of America's largest sanctuary areas for illegal immigrants, Los Angeles County, California. The Los Angeles Times reported that LA County health officials announced Tuesday that a resident who died last year had been infected with a bacteria that was resistant to treatment, even by last resort antibiotic colistin, because it carried the MCR1 gene. The rise of drug-resistant bacteria is a serious problem. It has led to strains of tuberculosis and gonorrhea that don't respond to antibiotics, the Times reported. The MCR1 gene was first discovered in a female patient in Pennsylvania who had a urinary tract infection in November of 2015, setting off a worldwide biorisk warning from the World Health Organization, Breitbart reported. The Los Angeles County Health Alert Network released a health advisory Tuesday, stating that the infection was most likely acquired during international travel. The warning noted that the MCR1 gene has been reported in human specimens from 5 additional states and in animal specimens from 2 states. The Los Angeles County Department of Public Health recommended hospital-based health providers in California follow the county's Department of Public Health recommendations regarding infection control and testing. All county health care facilities are required to report any signs of MCR1 within 1 working day, the advisory stated. Last May, Chinese, British, and American microbiologists found almost 100 instances of the MCR1 gene, which indicated that the disease may be more far-reaching than previously thought. National Geographic reported that MCR1 is resistant to drugs because of mobile genetic elements known as plasmids, which can move from one bacterial species to another. This is bad news for everyone, and it presents the country with a problem that needs to be addressed sooner rather than later. Ensuring immigrants are healthy before allowing them to enter the country would be a step in the right direction. There is that information. That's all I have for you in this episode. I hope you have a great day. Be sure and give it a thumbs up if you like what I'm trying to do here. Share it on your social media so everybody gets to hear the news, and don't forget to subscribe. That way you stay informed. Have a great day.